Yo, 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 yo. This is another episode of We Live Right Now, featuring your host, as always, Teriso Johnny Huns. And how's everybody's evening, and how's everybody doing today? I hope y'all had a great weekend heading towards the work week, unfortunately, and hope you guys are relaxing as well. Now, today I want to discuss some topics from last week Sunday, which was March the 3rd of this year. I didn't get a chance to discuss all those topics from ASAP Ferg to the matchup within the National Women's Hockey League between the Buffalo Beauts and the Metropolitan Riveters. If I mispronounced it, I do apologize. Then from yesterday, I want to get into topics from like yesterday, and I wanted to get into topics for today as well. All right, the first thing I want to talk about is ASAP Ferg. He received a bad boy chain from Diddy because the bad boy logo was actually made by ASAP Ferg's father, and because Diddy and ASAP Ferg's father used to grow up together in the streets of Harlem, excuse me, and as a result of that, Diddy was paying a lot of homage to ASAP Ferg's father. And it was well deserved for ASAP Ferg that Diddy was honored to gave him that as well. So that's all I'm gonna say about ASAP Ferg as well. Now I want to discuss the second thing I'm going to discuss with you guys today is the NWHL, that is the National Women's Hockey League. Seeing the highlights on the through Fox local news. The Buffalo Blues lost the game 4-3. Even though there were goals by let me see. Even though they had the early lead, that was led by Haley Scamora, Maddie Aaliyah, and Corey Blue. The key of the game is that they could not maintain the lead due to the fact that they could not capitalize on none of their power plays. They had 7 opportunities to capitalize within the power play, but unfortunately they could not capitalize on that. Opposed to that's why they lost the game 4-3 in the shootout. The Metropolitan Riveters won the game and obviously won the game in the shootout. They capitalized 2 of their 7 power plays, and they were led by Madison Packer, Rebecca Russo, Amanda Cassell, and my DOH, who had the game winner in the final shootout. In the shootout, who had a game winner. You got to give them props where props is due. If Buffalo Beauts is supposed to go on to advance into the playoffs and be in the playoffs, they have to capitalize on their power plays. So that's all I'm going to say to that. Now, there was an event that happened yesterday at the Downtown Central Library and the speaker was Atina Fared Cook. She's one of those writers, performers, and photographers. And she's like basically an entertainer that promotes dedication and uplifting ways to overcome adversity. She spoke about having like the power of words, and as she shows stories of certain people that knew how to overcome adversity as well. So for those of y'all that made it to that event, I'm happy for y'all. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed that event as well. Unfortunately, I couldn't come to that event due to the fact that I was kind of under the weather as well. So like I said to y'all, I do apologize for not being there and stuff like that. Next time I'll make sure to show up to that type of event. the next thing I'm going to talk about is to get into college basketball. That happened yesterday. What up between? I want to talk about the game between Georgetown and Marquette. What a game by Matt McClung and James Aquino. Yeah, Aquino. If I mispronounce his last name correctly, I do apologize for that as well. They both combined for 48 points as they led in a upset win over Marquette, 86 to 84. This is a big win for Coach Patrick Ewing and his team as well, heading into the Big East tournament. Even though Marquette was led by Marcus Hathaway had 28 points. E. Morrow that had 11 rebounds. S. Anim with 12 points. B. Bailey with 11. Jay Hauser with 16 points. And even though there was a missed call in the final seconds of the game, as Jay Hauser grabbed the rebound and was hacked, but it still was not enough to close out Georgetown. And Georgetown once again won 86 to 84, and that caused Marquette to lose their fourth straight game, y'all. So if my advice to Marquette is, if they're gonna go into the Big East tournament, they had to capitalize. They had to take advantage where the advantage is due to go into the next round. And for Georgetown, they had to keep this momentum up between McClung and Aquino. Those two players made, and they had to try to get Jesse Goffin involved into the game as well. I think that those two players had to play a major role, and if Georgetown is expected to move forward as well. If Georgetown is expected to move forward, they had to capitalize around those three guys. Make set plays for them and everything. Now the second game during the yesterday that I watched was St. John's versus Xavier. Even though St. John's was able to slow Xavier down a little bit by them playing the 2-1-2 trap defense, and Simon had 13 points, Shamari Pounds had 19 points and 10 assists. LJ Figueroa at one point was able to get the bucket because the offense forgot to block out to get the rebound. And he capitalized with 20 points, and M. Huron finished out the game with 10 points. They could not stop Xavier's front court offense due to a lack of size. And once again, heading into the Big East tournament, St. John's going to have to find a way to capitalize on rebounds, and they're going to have to play like a faster game. And as they lost 60, as Xavier won the game 81 to 68. And that charge was read by Tyree Jones with 10 points. Ryan Welledge was accumulating the majority of the bench points as he finished out with 19 points. P. Shrugs 22 points. Najee Marshall, he was out with an ankle. And Z Hinkins finished up with 12, and K. Caslin finished up with 12. I think that the key is for Xavier to head into the tournament, the Big East tournament, which the tournament is March 13th. For the 16th at Madison Square Garden as well. Excuse me for a second. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. Even though I think that their offensive front court, I think their front court is the key for Xavier to move head into the Big East tournament. And once again, y'all, I just want to let y'all know, for those of y'all who's going to be down in New York City, check the Big East tournament at the Madison Square Garden. It's gonna be from March 13th to March 16th. So just stay tuned, y'all. Stay tuned, y'all. Stay tuned, y'all. I'm telling you, stay tuned. It's gonna be a big one though, and those are every conference is gonna have their tournament games heading into the NCAA tournament as well. And also next week Sunday, it's official that that CBS is going to have their NCAA selection show Sunday, y'all. Y'all need to stay tuned as well to see what teams is going to what 68 teams is going to make it to the tournament. What first teams is, what last four teams is going to be in, or what teams are going to be what teams are going to be what four teams or more are going to be out of their tournament. So stay in tune. Watch CBS next week. I think the selection show is going to be around like 6 o'clock. I'm telling y'all this right now. It's going to be epic, y'all. So stay in tune for that. The next topic I want to talk about is within the NFL. Jaleel Adai got released by the Chargers. He started 59 of the 80 regular season games. He was an undrafted free agent, and but the one thing that that general manager Tom Telesco and head coach Anthony Lynn appreciated that player, because that player showed a lot of leadership skills, and that's the type of player that any NFL team needs if to carry the coaches mentality of the team. You need leadership like him. I hope that he goes on a good team, a team that will accept him for this leadership role, and for not just on the field but off the field as well. And my question is too, in relation to that, what team will go after Jaleel Adai? If I was a team in desperate need for defense, I think that he's one of those guys that you need to pick up on your roster. If I was the GM or the owner, I would be making calls to my coaches, my whole entire staff, saying, let's go get this guy. This guy has great leadership skills, both not just on the field but off the field as well. We need a high character player. So he's a heck of a player, man. His defensive ability is great. His way of tackling is great as well. So we were just going to see heading towards free agency, which is already turning a lot of heads with the trades and stuff like that going on so far within the NFL. All right, now I want to go into a deeper topic. When I was watching Access Hollywood, they talked about the controversy surrounding R. Kelly with his recent rant during the interview that he had with Gayle King on CBS this morning, and his two girlfriends that was on there as well. To me, it's a whole situation when he went on a rant, telling the cameras to look at me, look at me, look at me, and also his excuse me. Also, according to the psychologist that was featured on Access Hollywood, she said that it was kind of like planned out how those two girls noticed that those two girls, it was like planned out. They said that R. Kelly was finding a way to manipulate them for thinking that he's a good guy and stuff like that. So I don't know what's going on. Also, my question is to y'all: what will happen to R. Kelly going forward? There's a lot of speculation. A lot of talk shows are talking about it as him. But my question is to the viewers: what will happen to R. Kelly going forward? That's my question for that. And then Access Hollywood also mentioned about the controversy surrounding Michael Jackson. My question, with all the things going on, they said that there may have been that Michael Jackson may have did some things to the kids back then when he was popular in his house called Neverland. My question is, as well, viewers, what will happen to the legacy of Michael Jackson? And a lot of people are taking a lot of backlash from Oprah Winfrey doing the interviews with those victims. It's a lot of things going on. So stay in tune for that, as well as the R. Kelly situation. It is really deep in the music industry. Yeah. Also, how will this really affect the? How will this? I know it has affected the music industry in a major way, because those are supposed to be both iconic figures in their own genres. With R. Kelly being that guy in the R&B, and Michael Jackson being somewhat the king of pop. So how would this really affect the music industry, as not just the R&B, not just the R&B industry and the pop industry, but how would this affect the music industry as well? You guys are more than welcome to comment on my section. And also, I just want to let you know once again that a recap of this episode will be on YouTube as well. But just stay tuned, y'all. Stay tuned. And also, what I want to talk about with relation to Access Hollywood, they one of the representatives got a chance to check out Sony and Cher's $115 million mansion, and from what I seen based on that show, what I seen as they displayed the house, in my opinion, it was immaculate, spectacular, and majestic as well. I'm telling you, man. They fulfilled a legacy, and for those of y'all that is aspired to get a house, and it just goes to show you gotta work hard. You gotta work hard to get what you want. You gotta work hard to get those type of things. If you want that, go ahead and go get it. Go get it. I mean, you should have seen the certain rooms that was there, man, from the upstairs to the living room setting to everything that I've seen. So, man, I'm telling you, that really inspired me to like dream bigger, not just dream big, but dream bigger. I'm telling you, man. So stay in tune for y'all. Y'all, like I said, y'all can always comment below. Go ahead and comment below. Anybody that wants to. All right. Now, let's see here. Now, I want to talk about the PBC on Fox. That's the Premier Boxing Championship on Fox. The main event was for the WBC World Welterweight title between champion Sean Porter and your Dennis Ugas. Dennis Ugas. I'm telling you, Sean Porter landed 144 punches to Ugas' 128. Even though Udonis had a high percentage in terms of the landed forward combinations overall. Sean Porter had more headshots, but Sean Porter had more headshots, and he was able to counter the body shots from you guys by giving him quick shots as well. And he also landed a nice left hand to you guys, as you guys was off balance in the 11th round, so that's why Sean Porter, even though he slipped on the boxing ring, in the final round, he still won the fight. I think that you guys, he's a good fighter, but I just think that he needed to stop posing through showing off a little bit through calling out Porter like that. I think that it was too much talking on his part, but I think that he I think that you guys is a boxer that they have to watch out for. You have to if you're gonna talk stuff, go ahead and back it up. If people gonna talk stuff right in the ring, you got to back it up in the ring. You got to back up in the ring. Yeah, I think that he was just doing too much posing. And shout out to whoever's watching. You know what I'm saying? Yo, my man. Shout out to Sugar Hill. My man, Sugar Hill watching, man. You know what I'm saying? Bruh. No. Sean Porter won the fight. He actually won the fight, fam. Yeah, fam, he won the fight. Yeah, I watched that whole thing. Yeah, he actually won the fight. Yeah, Sean Porter won the fight. Yeah, I watched it all yesterday, bro. Man, matter of fact, hold on, let me put you on, man. Let me put you on real quick, man. Let me put you on real quick. See what your thoughts are and stuff like that, man. Like I said, my dude, man, thank you for tuning in. Watch this. Hold on, bro. So, even though you guys could have won the fight because he had a better landing throwing percentage, y'all. I'm telling y'all, man. Yeah, Sean Porter actually watch that watch the fight, and anybody want to join in, they're more than welcome to join in for this discussion as well. Like I said, it was a great fight overall. I know they show other fights. It was a great fight overall. I think that you guys is still, even though he lost the game, he has a lot of potential to become not just a good fighter, but a great well. So stay tuned. Stay tuned in, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned in, y'all. I know that there's going to be a pay-per-view, a Fox Sports pay-per-view event coming up between Earl Spence Jr. and Mikey Garcia. They're gonna fight. It's gonna be an epic battle. I know that it's gonna be 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Specific on Fox Sports pay-per-view. You guys, for those you guys who got pay-per-view, go ahead and check it out, y'all. It should be an epic fight. It's not. I mean, not just a good fight, but it should be one of those fight for the ages. I'm telling you, go ahead, you guys check it out. By the way, all right. Now, what I want to also talk about. Let me see here. Yeah, I talked about that so far. Let me see here. All right, I want to talk about the NBA on ABC, that the game that happened I want to talk about the and like I said, thank you, my dude, Sugar Hill, for your comment as well, for your intake on the on the Earl Spencer versus Mark Garcia fight. And anybody else that want to comment, though, you guys are more than welcome to comment. While I'm on, like I said, there's going to be another recap of this episode. Right on YouTube, on my YouTube page. Check out my YouTube page for a recap of this episode and other episodes that I have on there as well. Check it out on YouTube. My name on the YouTube is Teriso Johnny Huns. Once again, I'm gonna say it again, Teriso Johnny Huns. For anybody that want to see a recap of this episode, it's also going to be still on Facebook, but I'm also putting it out there on YouTube as well. So you know what I'm saying. I'll go ahead and I'll check it out. You know what I'm saying. Back to the NBA. I want to talk about the matchup between the Celtics and the Lakers. Even though LeBron James is always doing his thing, came up with like 30 points, 12 assists, 10 rebounds. Jay Williams contributed with 18 points and 10 rebounds. JaVale McGee came in with 8 points and 5 boards. They lost the game. They lost the game 120 to 107. Yep. 120 to 107. And even though Lonzo Ball was out for the season with an ankle injury, and Brandon Ingram out with a shoulder, which is causing him to have like a blood clot. He's out for the remainder of the season. My question is to the viewers as well. Can the Lakers somehow find a way to make it to the NBA playoffs? They I know they're far behind. Let me see how far behind they are. Let me see. Let me see. How far are the Lakers from making it to the NBA playoffs? Yeah, I'm just doing a little research real quickly here. Let's see, let me do a little research right here. Yeah, okay. I know they far. I think they are like about 11 and a half games back of eighth place as far as I know. If the Lakers expect to make a push towards towards the playoffs, they have to do a better job with execution. They have to play much better defense as well. If the Lakers is going to make the playoffs as well, if they're gonna make that push towards the playoffs. Like I said, as for the Celtics, my question is, can they enter into the playoffs? And if they do make it to the playoffs, can they make it to the NBA Finals? Yes, they won the game over the Lakers. Excuse me, excuse me. Kyrie Irving contributed. He led scorers with He led his team by 30 points. Al Horford led the charge with 10 points. Marcus Smart had 16, contributed with 16 points. Let me see here. Let's see. M. Morris contributed with 16. Gordon Hayward contributed with 15. Terry Rozier 10 points. The key of the game was that to me was their high offensive efficiency. They was able to execute on all levels of offense. If they keep that pace going, they when they enter into the playoffs, they're going to be a nightmare for certain teams that are heading towards the playoffs. So you have to watch out for the Celtics. They have a lot of talent within that team, from young to young veteran leadership as well. Those two combinations can get them far into the playoffs. So stay tuned, y'all. Stay tuned for more of the NBA action as well. Now, I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna want to talk about the trade that just happened yesterday. Antonio Brown got traded to the Oakland Raiders, y'all, and he's gonna as a result of how they paid him, how the Raiders paid him as well, and the reserves that he's getting. He's going to be the highest paid wide receiver in the game right now, and I think that's well deserved, knowing his capability. Excuse me, y'all. Knowing his capability, knowing his capability, and he is able each and every season he gets like over 120 catches and over 1,200 yards each season that he's in the NFL. I mean, he deserves the money. He deserves to pay the he deserves to be the highest paid he deserves to be the highest paid wide receiver. He deserves it. I mean, even though with his antics, he just got to cut out the antics. In my opinion, he just got to cut out the antics, get serious, get focused, and be more mature. So I want to know, y'all, in the Pittsburgh series, I forgot, y'all, got a third round pick, which is going to be the 66th overall pick, and the fifth round pick, which is going to be the 142nd overall pick as well. So I want to know who won the trade? Who won the trade between the Oakland Raiders and the Pittsburgh Steelers, y'all? who won the trade? I think that even though Pittsburgh was trying to move on from Antonio Brown and stuff like that, you got to give credit where credit's due to the Oakland Raiders because they needed a star player. They needed another star player as well to complement Derek Carr as they head in as the radio organization is moving on to Las Vegas. They needed another. They needed star power. They already got Derek Carr. They already got John Gruden as the coach. I know they got Jordy Nelson as well over there, and a few key components. I think that Oakland. Excuse me. I think that the Raiders is won this trade. Tell me what y'all think as well. Yeah, tell me. Go ahead and tell me what y'all think as well. As a further development story is going on within the NFL as well. Okay. Okay. What I want to talk about is NBA for today. The 76ers won over the Pacers 106-89, and the Sixers is led by Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, and Joel Embiid basically got 33 points and 12 rebounds. As he led the 76ers over the Pacers, even though the bench points was a major factor in the game for the Pacers, it still was not enough to overcome the 76ers as the 76ers once again won 106-89, y'all. Okay. Now, I just want to talk about as well the game that I watched a couple hours ago between Wisconsin and Ohio State. Even though it was an impressive performance by Ohio State surging their way back into the game, and in the fourth quarter with a 12-0 run that forced Wisconsin to lead into overtime. Like I said, there was a lot of key contributors from Arans to K Woods. I'm telling you, but it still was not enough. As Ethan Happ led the charge to have Wisconsin win the game. Now, as a result of that, heading into the Big Ten tournament, now the Wisconsin Badgers is going to be the number 4 seed heading into there. So watch out, y'all. Those y'all that's watching it. Like I told y'all, man, this is March Madness. When they say it's March Madness, it is for real. It is so for real, man. You know what I'm saying? Get your popcorn ready, get your drinks ready, get everything ready for the March Madness, y'all. I'm telling you, man, as well as other events coming up, y'all. For those of y'all, I know, I forgot where it's going to be taking place. Oh, yeah, I think Chicago. Yep, Chicago at the United Center where the Bulls play. I think it's going to be taking that's when the Big Ten tournament is going to take place at. For those of y'all that's going to head into that Chicago area, go ahead and check it out, man. It should be an exciting time, y'all. And once again, Wisconsin won the game 73-67 over Ohio State, y'all. Telling y'all. All right, cool. Okay, all right. Well, you know what, guys? I think that covers it for now. Let me see here. Let me make sure I got everything. Yeah, I do got everything. And later today, I'm gonna just go ahead and talk about what's coming up, because I know the let me see. I'm gonna give you my output of today's AAF action. I forgot who played exactly, and also what's coming on tonight. I know that the tribute to Aretha Franklin is coming on tonight around 9 o'clock. It's gonna be so many artists performing in tribute to Aretha Franklin, which she is the queen of soul. For those of you guys that are bored and don't got nothing else to do, go ahead and check that out. It's going to be on CBS local television. I think it's supposed to be 9 Eastern, 6 p.m. specific as well. So go ahead and check that out, y'all. Let me see. Let me see what else is coming on. I know the Housewives of Atlanta is supposed to be coming on as well, as other shows. You know what? Part 2 coming up, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna check y'all back out. I'm gonna in my part 2, y'all. I'm gonna talk about the 2 games that happened today within the within the AAF, and also I'm gonna talk about some other things as well. Stay tuned, y'all. Like I said, y'all go ahead. Any comments that y'all want to talk about, let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? We here right now, man. Like I told y'all, we live right now. This is another episode of We Live Right Now, featuring your host Tay Riso, Johnny Hunt, and shout out to my co-host Josh, the Real Good Lee. He wasn't available today. Shout out to him as well. And shout out to my man Sugar Hill, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Sugar Hill, man. And thank you for your comments as well. Is gladly appreciated. And like I said, you guys wanted, you can check out this episode as well as other episodes, not just only on Facebook, y'all, but you can also check out a recap of this episode as well on YouTube, y'all. So till next time, y'all. It's definitely gonna be a part 2. It's definitely gonna be a part 2 coming up, y'all. Until then, all right, y'all. I'm out.